up on Fulton today, county residents learn the value of their property. The chief appraiser explains how the process is more efficient and accurate. And before you burn yard debris outdoors, hear the stern warning from Fulton's first responders. Fulton Today is next. Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. I'm Shania Chavis. Fulton County residents will soon learn the value of their investment and learn the taxes they will have to pay. Those assessment notices will go out this week. Now, the county's chief appraiser, David Fitzgibbon, he's here now to tell us all about the notices and the process. Sir, welcome back to Fulton Today.
Hi, Shania. Thank you for having me.
All right, so first things first, sir, tell us exactly when the notices will go out.
We expect that we will mail about 344,000 notices to each homeowner within the county that's subject to taxation either on June 5th or maybe a few days before.
And sir, can residents expect to see big value increases this year?
We expect there will be quite a number of value increases. We are looking statistically at most neighborhoods within the county. We have seen values increase countywide in general. We're not going to increase all values. We must be able to defend any value changes that we make. So we're reviewing on a neighborhood basis, and I will expect that we will have a number of values increase throughout the county. We do not have a countywide estimate on the percentage of increase, and each property may increase differently based on where it's located, and of course if there's any changes in the market in that particular neighborhood or area.
And sir, tell us now about the programs or procedures that may change to help things this year.
We have a product called Assessment Analyst, which is a desktop review software program that compares the aerial photograph to the actual sketch data within our computer-assisted mass appraisal program, or our CAMA system. We're able to come up with an estimated value, and then on those that we need to conduct further field review, we then escalate those to the field. We have people that will go to the field and actually verify that information, and when it is run through our system, then we'll come up with a revised value.
And what about the appeals side? Any new technology to help with that process?
We actually started taking appeals online 2 years ago. We received about 46% of our property tax appeals last year online, and we were able to resolve about 90% of the appeals that were filed online and went through the mediation center.
And finally, sir, talk to us about any laws that may have changed that would impact the tax assessment and the appeals.
There were sweeping changes to ad valorem tax law. A lot of those were just to correct some problems that Senate Bill 346 actually caused rather than fixed. There were a lot of administrative things, some small fixes, but there are two particularly important aspects to it. Number one is when a taxpayer files an appeal, they may request a face-to-face interview with a member of our staff. We must grant that interview. If we do not, then the taxpayer's value will stand. So if they file an appeal, they're required now on the appeal form to state what they estimate the value to be. And if they ask for a face-to-face interview and the assessors do not comply, whatever value they put down is the value that goes onto the tax digest. Also, they can record that interview, so they'll have a record of anything that happens in case they want to go further with that interview. The new law says that if the taxpayer wants, they can elect to pay 100% of the value. A lot of the commercial businesses like that idea. And then once the appeal is settled, if there has been an overpayment, then they are entitled to a refund with interest, depending on the amount of time that it takes us to process that refund. Or if the value goes higher for any reason, then of course we're allowed to collect interest as well. So those are the most two important things that we think that the public would be interested in. Again, if the appeals are filed online and we handle them online, we can process them much quicker, we can reach a quicker resolution, and we think that we can solve the problems in a more efficient way.
David Fitzgibbon, the county's chief appraiser, always great information. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thanks again for having me.
Job seekers get help preparing for a big job fair next week. The Office of Workforce Development held a series of job readiness workshops to help people looking for employment. Now, these workshops offer help getting a job or keeping the one you have.
Well, hire somebody with a good attitude, then they move someone that know everything.
The skills will come in handy for the job fair on June 9th.
So a lot of people are saying they're coming back on June 9th. For that, they're also telling their friends and family and customers and people that are looking for employment, they're telling them as well. So we're looking for a huge turnout on that day.
Last year, the Office of Workforce Development helped over 900 people find work. In addition to the job fairs, the county offers job training services and resume workshops year-round. Now, the next job fair is June 9th at the Adamsville Regional Health Center. To get more information, just call 404-613-6381. Well, from now until September 30th, you cannot burn yard debris. It is all a part of a statewide ban to help the environment. FGTV's Priscilla Ortega has our story. Priscilla?
Each year, the Georgia Department of Natural Resources issues a ban on open burning from May 1st through September 30th. The ban is part of the state's plan to improve air quality during the smog season. The Fire and Rescue Department is responsible for enforcing that ban here in the county.
I think the importance, obviously, is the air we breathe. The ozone layer is very vulnerable when it comes to the emissions from smoke. So during those hot, warm months of summer, you know, the state imposed those bans to try and make sure that we don't destroy the very air that we breathe.
So what can you not burn? Garbage or lumber, leaves, tree limbs, and other yard waste. Even if you burn it in a barrel, it is still illegal and can be costly.
Yes, there can be a fine. However, we diligently try to get compliance. If we cannot get that, then we will issue a citation. And if we do not get compliance, then we will take a person to court and subsequently a fine would be imposed.
You can still have campfires and backyard barbecues during the ban. However, any other type of open outdoor burning will require a permit.
I think the biggest thing to understand is that the burn ban is for our own sake. A lot of people deal with pollen and things of that nature during the summertime. Imagine if we didn't have the ozone layer in place and, you know, the harmful rays that we try and protect ourselves from right now become more prevalent.
Now there are alternatives to burning. You can haul your debris to a commercial processing or composting operation and even take it to a demolition landfill. You can get a list of outdoor burning alternatives by contacting the Georgia's EPD Solid Waste Management Program at 404-362-2671. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Priscilla Ortega.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Meanwhile, students attending Fulton County Citizens University get a lesson about the fire department's life-saving responsibilities. Week 8 was spent with the county's first responders. Following the presentation on the organization, students got a close-up look at the equipment, including the hazmat, decon, and new Gladiator trucks. These engines have pumps that can extract more water from hydrants and put out fires faster.
I was very excited to hear about the moratorium on burning during a certain time frame because I think that's obviously good for health and safety reasons for everyone in the neighborhood and the community. The other things that were very interesting were some of the, I call them toys, but they're actually, you know, the technology gadgets, so to speak, that the fire department needs to do their job. And so having demonstrations on information like that was very beneficial from a layman's point of view to understand what do they do to actually do this.
Now, the class got a little interactive when students took part in a fire gear demonstration. The Fulton County Board of Commissioners says farewell and thank you to the former Fulton County School Superintendent, Robert Avosa.
And does hereby proclaim Wednesday, May 20, 2015 as Dr. Robert Avosa Day in Fulton County, Georgia. Thank you.
Dr. Avosa has accepted a job as superintendent for the school district in Palm Beach County, Florida. He joined the Fulton County school system in 2011. He is credited with helping improve the district's SAT rankings and graduation rates. He was also instrumental in helping the district achieve charter system status.
The thing I'm most proud of is that in 4 years, we've cut dropout rate for African American students in half. Our graduation rates have grown faster than any other district in the state of Georgia, and we now lead the Atlanta metro area with grad rates. And we know when kids graduate and they do great things, they don't wind up sort of tethered to systems for help and drag down the society because they're not contributing. So that's what we're most proud of. All kids can and will learn if you have a great teacher and a great leader, but it starts with the board, and the Board of Education in Fulton has done an outstanding job holding us accountable as leaders, and I just want to congratulate them on that work.
The school board is searching for his replacement. And still to come on Fulton today, seniors wrap up Older Americans Month with a whole lot of fun. It's a part of our district-by-district coverage next. Fulton's chairman gathers local law enforcement for a conversation about body cameras, and residents enjoy a little fun and relaxation during Family Fun Day. Here's this week's district-by-district coverage. We begin with Chairman John Eves as he meets with municipal police chiefs from all over the county. The subject of the gathering, the usage of body cameras in the region. Now, the district commissioner wanted to discuss a possible uniform approach among law enforcement agencies who intend to use the cameras.
Police lives matter, and I think that we need to support our police officers, and I think that it not only can potentially hold police officers accountable, but it also takes out the ambiguity of what citizens may do. I think that police officers have one of the most stressful jobs that you can have in our country, and to me the camera will hopefully make their lives a little bit easier in terms of making decisions.
Oh, it's no doubt about it. That's where we all headed. We're headed in that direction because I think we as a nation, we as a community, we as police certainly see the benefits of having that technology as part of the way we do our jobs going forward. So I'm quite certain that we're going to see over time the continual evolution of technology, and more specifically body cameras being brought into the profession.
Chairman Eves recently participated in a press conference call with Loretta Lynch about the body cameras. The new U.S. Attorney General reaffirmed her call for police to interact with the public in a professional manner. Residents in District 5 take part in the first annual Family Fun Day. Commissioner Marvin Arrington Jr. hosted the event at the Oak Hill Child, Adolescent, and Family Center. There was plenty of fun and activities for the whole family, from bounce houses, musical performances, to health screenings and cooking demos.
As I understand it, this is the first year for this event, but I believe that it's something that this community desperately needs and can benefit from if it's held on an annual basis. I certainly would hope to see it happen again next year, and I will be one of those who will participate.
It's very important to do these type of events in the community. Number one, we have a lot of people in the community that don't have health insurance or are underserved, and so we want to make sure that they can come out and get free screenings, blood screenings, health screenings, diabetes screenings, and dental screenings.
The event was free to all residents, and from the looks of things, everybody had a pretty good time. And finally, seniors in District 6 wrap up another successful Older Americans Month with a celebration at Camp Truett. Members of the New Beginnings Senior Center joined in the celebration. Now, of course, there was plenty of fun, food, fellowship, and good times.
My seniors at New Beginnings love collaborating with Ms. Carter and her seniors. A lot of them know each other from their church and from the neighborhood, and they know when we come here to New Beginnings, when New Beginnings come here to Camp Truett, it's going to be a wonderful time, well planned and well organized.
There were plenty of activities last month as a part of Older Americans Month, from music and dance to art and exercise. And when we come back, we'll tell you about the latest campaign to fight prescription drug abuse. Stay with us. Fulton County's Women, Infant, and Children's program has a new director. Now, as you may know, WIC is a health and supplemental nutritional program for new moms and their babies. Danica Carswell is the brand new leader for that division. Welcome to the county and welcome to Fulton today.
Thanks for having me.
So first things first, just tell everybody some of the services that WIC provides.
So the exact services that WIC offers include a variety of things. Assessment of nutrition habits and body measurements by licensed dietitians, which is great. Healthy food vouchers, also milk is going to be on those vouchers. Education on how to use the healthy food and milk in your diet every day, and again, that's going to be from your licensed dietitians. Breastfeeding education and support from licensed breastfeeding counselors, which is great. And then referrals to other programs or assistance, shelters, food banks, etc.
And can you speak now to some of the barriers of the program that you would like to address?
There are many things that can keep our clients outside of the clinic, unfortunately. Two that I'll address today are transportation and income guidelines. Fulton County is great. MARTA is everywhere. Our clinics, two of our clinics are close to, literally right next to MARTA stations, and the others are very accessible via MARTA bus from different stations. We have 6 locations. One is in Alpharetta, one is in Sandy Springs. There's one off of Boulevard downtown. There's one in Vine City. There is one in College Park and Adamsville, which is off of MLK, off of 285. And then income guidelines. Most folks think that they have to be at the poverty line or below to be eligible for this program, which is not the case. And you can see with the income guidelines, it is dependent on how many folks are in your household, and our guidelines are actually at 185% of the poverty line. So we're catching a lot of people above that line who may not think that they are eligible for the program.
And now let's switch gears a little bit and give some tips for new mothers.
WIC is a nutrition-based program, but for our new moms, I also like to focus on the fact that being tired, feeling like the baby's eating all the time, slacking on dishes or baths, those are all normal things, and just making them feel normal, I think, is something that's really important. Sleeping when baby sleeps, eating 3 times a day, those are things that are going to help with their energy levels because it's an exhausting time in their life. I encourage family and friend support, and I also encourage moms to really try and recognize the difference between exhaustion or being overtired with feelings that may lean towards postpartum depression, and that's very important, and we want to make sure that we're linking them with mental health. WIC is also very breastfeeding friendly. As I said earlier, we have breastfeeding support on board in terms of our peer counselors. The simplest tip that I like to give moms for breastfeeding is to have lots of uncovered chest-to-chest time with baby. Baby can hear mommy's heartbeat and smell mommy, and baby typically latches more calmly, more patiently. There's less frustration the more skin-to-skin time that you get with baby. And also, baby being so close to the breasts in terms of location, when baby is chest-to-chest with mom, baby's really good at finding the breast on their own, and so it just encourages access to the breast.
All right, Danica Carswell, the new Women, Infants, and Children Program Director. Again, welcome to the county and thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me on today.
Now, if you want to learn more about the WIC program, use this information to get in touch with her office. Health partners spread the word about the 4 steps to prevent prescription drug abuse. The Medical Association of Georgia and the MAG Foundation says it's important to only take medicines as prescribed. Do not share them. Store them safely with a drug lockbox for best security and properly dispose of unused medicine by taking them to a drop box or mixing them with a food waste. And by all means, don't flush medicines. Health leaders also want to raise awareness about Georgia's new 911 medical amnesty law.
It allows a physician to order a prescription to anyone that is in danger of a drug overdose so that naloxone can be given to that particular person experiencing the overdose. Additionally, it provides that if you are with someone who is experiencing an overdose, that you can call the police and that you will be protected.
Now, for more information, just go to mag.org. Fulton's Parks and Rec team joins the fight against childhood obesity and diabetes. Families participated in the Healthy Lifestyle and Fitness Expo at Welcome Home Park. They received health information and participated in the physical activities like dancing. Organizers want to make eating healthy and exercise a fun family activity.
So the bottom line is that we trying to get the adults, the children are following what the adults do. If we are healthy and we're physically fit and we eat healthy, our children are taking after us. So it's about us making a change in our community and making it happen where we can live a healthier lifestyle.
According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, childhood obesity has more than doubled in children and quadrupled in adolescents over the last 30 years. For more information on children's sports and activities at Welcome Home Park, just call 404-612-4058. And when we come back, the party continues at the Wolf Creek Amphitheater. We'll take you there. Stay with us. Fulton adults are enjoying a workout and relieving stress all at the same time. The Yoga Meets Real Life classes at the OC Branch Library offer relaxation exercises. Participants also do meditation to address real life issues. Now, according to the Mayo Clinic, yoga can help reduce stress, improve your balance, help with high blood pressure, depression, and insomnia.
This is taking yoga, what we gain from yoga, bringing in real life issues and trying to help people bring them together.
The classes are free, but residents need to bring their own mats. A number of other library branches also offer the yoga classes. You can just go to afpls.org to find a class near you. And finally, crowds continue to pack the Wolf Creek Amphitheater for this season's concerts. Both the Atlanta Soul Life Music Fest and the Atlanta Funk Fest concerts were sold out ahead of the shows. Now, the Atlanta Funk Fest concert featured Erykah Badu and Dougie Fresh.
I love Wolf Creek Amphitheater. It's one of the best amphitheaters here in Atlanta, Georgia. I think the atmosphere is great, the concerts are wonderful, the people, the vibe, everything. It's one of South Fulton's best access.
This is my first time here. I have really enjoyed myself. It's wonderful. I have a great time.
Crowds enjoyed the music and were able to bring their own food and drinks. Wolf Creek Amphitheater also offers free parking as well as shuttle service nearby. Now, some concerts sell out early, so visit wolfcreekamphitheater.com for more information. And before we go, we want to remind you to connect with us online. Check us out on Twitter and Facebook, and of course, watch us anytime on our YouTube channel. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis. Thank you for watching. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.